Back at it again. Yahweh, 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 Yahweh. Oh, Tempo Man. Tempo Man. Good God, Tempo Man. Tempo Man. Yahweh. He is my pa. Reading these scriptures. Be in hot showers. My face be glowing. You already know it. Yeah, how I got my back. Elijah gives me strap. Black. Tempo Man. Just call me Sire. It's TK Mafia. Shalom, 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 shalom. Another blessed day of life. By the Holy Father, Yahweh. We about to get into a lesson about the first fruits. Are you giving the first fruits? Are you sacrificing? Yeah, are you the first fruits? We about to break this down. Let's get this picture up. All right, we're going to start off by getting into Psalms 105, verse 36. Psalms 105, verse 36. Says, he struck down every firstborn in the land, the first fruit of their vigor. And he led Israel out with silver and gold, right? So Yahweh struck down all the Egyptians, right? You know about this in Ezekiel. I mean, not Ezekiel, Exodus, right? Leaving Egypt, slavery, crossing over to the land, right? So he smote the firstborn of all the Egyptians, right? Right? All the heathens, all the enemies of Yasharal, right? They're dumbfounded, they're unknowledgeable. Let's go to Nehemiah 10, verse 35 to 39 and see who he spared, right? Who he chose, right? So you had the sons of them. So what about the sons of the holy, the ones, the chosen of Yahweh? Let's go to Nehemiah 10. Nehemiah 10. Verse 35 to 39. Temple Man time. 35 to 39. We have cast lots among the priests, the Levites, and the people to bring the wood offering to the house of Yahweh by clans annually at set times, in order to provide fuel for the altar of Yahweh, as it is written in the teaching. And we undertake to bring the house of Yahweh annually the first fruits of our soil, and of every fruit of every tree, also the firstborn of our sons and our beasts, as it is written in the teachings, and to bring the firstlings of our cattle and flocks to the house of Yahweh for the priests to minister in the house of our God. We will bring to the storerooms of the house of Yahweh the first part of our dough and our gifts of grain and of fruit of every tree, wine and oil for the priests, and the tithes of our land for the Levites who collect the tithes in all the towns are subject to royal service. Verse 39. The Aaronite priests must be with the Levites when they collect the tithe, and the Levites must bring up a tithe of the tithe to the house of Yahweh, to the storerooms of the treasury. Now, we talk about tithes here. Are you talking about money? You know, like the camps we say in GOCC, One West, and all these clowns. The tithes to the priests, are they Levite priests? Talk about trying to get their shekels and money, get their new car done up and whatever. Get their shiny little churches, the air conditioning done. Is that what the tithes are? We're going to get into that too. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get these clowns, these false prophets up out of here. Right, try to take advantage of the poor, right, in the lost sheep of Israel, not giving them the real riches and feeding them, right, like I'm doing right now, right. Let's go to Ezekiel 44, right, verse 28 to 30. See who the first fruits are, right. See who the first fruits are. First of all, Ezekiel 44. Ezekiel 44, verse 28 to 30. This shall be their portion, for I am their portion, and I am no longer holding, shall be given them in Israel, for I am their holding. Right? The meal offerings, sin offerings, and guilt offerings shall be consumed by them. Everything prescribed in Israel shall be theirs. All the choice first fruits, right, of every kind, all the gifts of every kind of oil contribution shall go to the priest. You shall further give the first of the yield of your bacon to the priest, that a blessing may rest upon your home. priest shall not eat anything with a bird or animal that died or was torn by beasts. So it goes to the first fruits are the priests, right? The Levitical, right? The tabernacle, the Levites, right? The Zadokites, right? The priesthood, the line, right? Right? Let's go to Deuteronomy 18, verse 1 to 5. Deuteronomy 18, verse 1 to 5. You gotta strive, rise. 18, verse 1 to 5. The Levitical priest, the whole tribe of Levi, shall have no territorial portion. Shall have no territorial portion with Israel. Right? Let's get that up. Deuteronomy 18. Right? Deuteronomy 18, verse 1 to 5. Says, the priests, the Levites, all the tribe of Levi shall have no portion nor inheritance with Israel. They shall eat the offerings of Yahweh made by fire in his portion. They shall have no inheritance among their brothers. Yahweh is their inheritance as he's spoken to them. It shall be the priests due from the people, from those who offer a sacrifice, whether it be an ox or sheep, and they shall give the priest the shoulder, the two cheeks, and inner parts. The first fruits of your grain, of your new wine, and of your oil, and the first of the fleece of your sheep shall give him. You shall give him. For Yahweh, your God, has chosen him out of all your tribes to stand minister in Yahweh's name, him and his sons forever. Right? Right? See that? That's the first fruits. The priesthood. Right? The one who Yahweh chose of all the tribes. And why Yahweh choosing these people? Right? What's the prerequisites for this priesthood? What is this? Right? The line. Right? Let's get into it. Let's go to Numbers 18, verse 8 to 15. See? I'm opening the Torahs off the rip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Numbers 18, verse 1 to 5. 18, verse 1 to 5. Yahweh said to Aaron, you and your sons and your father's house with you shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary, and you and your sons with you shall bear the iniquity of your priesthood. Bring your brothers also, the tribe of Levi, the tribe of your father, near with you, that you may be joined to you. That they may join to you and minister to you. But you and your sons with you shall be before the tent of the testimony. They shall keep your commands in the duty of the whole tent. Only they shall not come near to the vessels of the sanctuary and to the altar, that they not die. Neither they nor you. They shall be joined to you and keep the responsibility of the tent of meeting for all the service of the tent. A stranger shall not come near to you. You shall perform the duty of the sanctuary and the duty of the altar, that there will be no more wrath on the children of Israel. See that? Right? Aaron's line, the priesthood, right? The first fruits, right? We're gonna get a little further into that, right? Let me show you something. Get this picture up. Turn it up. Get your tip man up. All right, let's go to Exodus. 13, verse 1 to 2. Yahweh spoke further to Moses, saying, consecrate to me every firstborn man and beast. The first issue of every womb among the Israelites is mine. Right? The first issue of the womb. Now remember, Pharaoh's, the Egyptians' firstborns was smoted, right? But Yahweh's children, Israel, his firstborn son, was allowed to survive, right? When the death angel passed over the door with his blood of the lamb on the door, right? Now remember, it says here in 13, verse 1 or verse 2, consecrate to me every firstborn man and beast, the issue of every womb, right? So you consecrate, you on the right, sacrificing yourself, you being that humble sheep, that perfect sacrifice, right? And then what? The womb. See, the womb is going to the holy, to the temple, the holy place. See, that's the womb. See, Yahweh says, consecrate to me every firstborn issue of every womb. The Israelites is mine, right? You got to be an Israelite. You got to lay on the altar, right? Initiate, right? To go up to prayers are being answered, right? We go through all my old videos. I explain all that, right? Right? Let's go to Exodus 34, verse 26. Exodus 34, verse 26. All up in the mix. It says, the choice of first fruits of your soil you shall bring to the house of Yahweh. Right? The first fruits you shall bring to the house of Yahweh. Right? What's the fruits? We're going to get into that too. Let's go to Leviticus 2. Leviticus 2. What you going to do? Verse 11 to 16. Leviticus 2, verse 11 to 16. No meal offering that you offer to Yahweh shall be made with leaven. For no leaven or honey may be turned into smoke as an offering by fire to Yahweh. Right? You may bring them to Yahweh as an offering of choice products, but they shall not be offered up on the altar for a pleasing odor. You shall season your every offering meal with salt. You shall not omit from your meal offering the start of your covenant with Yahweh. With all your offerings, you must offer salt. If you bring a meal offering of first fruits to Yahweh, you shall bring a new ears parched with fire, grits of the fresh grain as your meal offering of first fruits. You shall add oil to it and lay frankincense on it. It is a meal offering. And the priest shall turn a token portion of it into smoke, some of the grits and oil with all the frankincense as an offering by fire to Yahweh. Now he's talking about, when it says offering, he's talking about prayers, right? That's the basis of the Torah wall, right? The living waters, the Tanakh, right? Right? But you'll have the Christians in the one West camps, IUIC, Great Millstone. They'll think you're talking about fried chicken again, sacrifice on the grill right now. Ooh, oils and salt and pepper. Ooh, yeah. Right? No, it's all about internal. These are all I'm going to explain I'll explain a few of them to you. The offerings, right? Just temple man, novice, third degree mashal knowledge. Yeah. Break that down for you, right? Little charity for the orphans, right? No tithe money needed. It's all my first fruits go to Yahweh, right? That's why I don't pay tithes to anybody else, right? Let's go to Leviticus 23, verse 15 to 20. 23, verse 15 to 20. And from the day on which you bring the sheaf of elevation offering, the day after the Shabbat, you shall count off 7 weeks. They must be complete. You must count until the day after the 7th week, 50 days. Then you shall bring an offering of new grain to Yahweh. You shall bring from your settlements 2 loaves of bread as an elevation offering. These shall be made of 2/10 of a measure of choice flour baked after leavening as first fruits to Yahweh. With the bread you shall present as burnt offerings. Right? 7 yearling lambs without blemish, 1 bull of the herd, and 2 rams with the meal offerings and libations and offering by fire of pleasing order to Yahweh. You shall also offer 1 he-goat as a sin offering and 2 yearling lambs to sacrifice of well-being. The priest shall elevate these, the 2 lambs, together with the bread of first fruits as an elevation offering before Yahweh. It should be holy to Yahweh for the priest. Right? Right? And this is a yearly thing, a shanar, season. It's shanar in the language Yahweh doth is 1 year, right? Change, season, shanar, right? Right? So, because when you enter the holy through the womb as an Israelite, as a Levite, as a Levite, as a Torah garden, as a dock, man of the waters, right? Right? 1 season, 360 degrees, right? Right? You get it in due season, right? Let's go deep. Let's go a little bit deeper into this. Let me get this off. Hold on. All right. All right. Right. Let's go to Numbers 28. Numbers 28, verse 26. Numbers 28, verse 26. Oh, didn't make it freaking mix. 26. On the day of the first fruits, your feast of weeks, when you bring an offering of new grain to Yahweh, you shall observe a sacred occasion. You shall not work at your occupations, right? So that's the Shabbat, right? Offering of new grain, right? You all know the Shabbat is on Friday evening, Saturday, right? Evening, right? Let's go to Leviticus 23. Leviticus 23, 15 to 21. I'm going to bop you with a Tommy gun. And for the day on which you bring the sheep of elevation offering, the day after the Shabbat, you shall count off 7 weeks. They must be complete. You must count until the day after the 7th week, 50 days, and you shall bring an offering of new grain to Yahweh. You shall bring from your settlements 2 loaves of bread as an elevation offering. Each shall be made of 2/10 of a measure of choice flour, baked after leavening, as first fruits to Yahweh. With the bread you shall present as burnt offerings to Yahweh. Oh, sorry. 7 yearling lambs without blemish, 1 bull of the herd, and 2 rams with their meal offerings and libations and offering by fire, pleasing order to Yahweh. You shall also offer 1 he-goat as a sin offering, and 2 yearling lambs as a sacrifice of well-being. The priest shall elevate these 2 lambs together with the bread of first fruits as an elevation offering before Yahweh, that they shall be holy to Yahweh for the priest. On the same day you shall hold a celebration. It shall be a sacred occasion for you. You shall not work at your occupations. This is a law for all time in your settlements throughout the ages. Right? I can hear the Christians now, right? One West camps. Oh, we got to get together, and fry up the grill and put some. He's talking about actual food and put in your mouth and all this, right? Because Yahweh got their mind blotted out. They can't see this. They can't see spiritual. They can't understand this. They can't internalize because they're profane, right? That's why they stuck at the base, right? No knowledge, just dross, right? Copper, dirty, base, right? Let's go to Exodus 23, verse 16 and 19, not like us, right? And the feast of the harvest of the first fruits of your work of what you sow in the field, and the feast of ingathering at the end of the year, when you gather in the results of your work from the field. 3 times a year, all your males shall appear before the sovereign Yahweh, right? You shall not offer blood of my sacrifice with anything leavened, and the fat of my feastal offering shall not be left lying until morning. The choice of the first fruits of your soil you shall bring to the house of Yahweh, right? So you strive and you put that work in. You planted that seed, but you got to put the work in and nurture it, right? Right? And the first of you get to Yahweh, right? Because Yahweh will know once he sees you put that work in, right? We're gonna get into all that. Let's get some of this up. Let's help the slow Christians out a little bit here. Let's help the Christ Greek freaks, right? Right? Gathered of coon chicken, right? Let's help them out. Let's get this up here. They won't understand a thing of this, but it's this just for the elect. It's for the perfect, the angels, the strivers, the growers, temple man, timers, right? Now the bread, right? We said it was about the bread, offering the bread of the priest, right? The bread represents fighting against the lower selves, right? It's an attribute in your inners. You got to fight against your lower self, your sinful inclinations, hate, and all that, misery, right? It breeds misery. Yahweh sees all that. That's the bread, the show bread, right? So that you fight against your lower self. Let's get some cattle, right? Because remember this, we'll get to some of the cattle. That's one of my older videos. These are the cattle, right? Right, these are all cows and whatever, right? But you gotta just pretend they're sheep and whatever for the time being, for learning, right? So the bread, the cattle is my konah, right? Substance of mind. Each one of its attributes is in the mind is a substance, right? That's the cattle as a whole, right? But then you go individually, right? It's what you got to offer up, right? Daily, right? And then you reap it, right? So Yahweh will accept it, right? And the sheep, it means to be humble, lowly, right? Lowly and humble to Yahweh, not man, of course, right? Let's go to the he-goat. He-goat is a fad in the Yahweh language. It's a fad, right? It's the he-goat, right? It means to lift up or to elevate, right? Elevations, the offerings, right? To lift up, to elevate, go up the the degrees, right? Elevation, seeking Yahweh daily, right? Let's get to the grains of the field, right? Right? The grains, right? To elevate, right? I'm sorry, the goat was a father. It was to be ready to inquire. The he goat is to be ready to inquire. The grain is to lift up, to elevate. I'm sorry, right? Let's go to the peace offerings. The peace offerings, Shalamayam, right? I want to got a picture of that. Let's see. Shalamayam. Peace offering. Oh, you got it right there. You got all of them right there. Shalamayam, that's as a whole. Got the he goat. Oh, you got everything right here. The ram, which is to be noble, right? The Shalamayam peace offerings means to increase in knowledge. Right? That's the only way you can find Yahweh. You gotta have knowledge. That's the only thing that's gonna cross you over. And then you got the unleavened bread, right? Unleavened bread, right? I'm supposed to be eating on it with some wine. No, the unleavened bread is internal. You're supposed to have an internal attribute. Yahweh seeks the heart, right? The heart. The unleavened bread is the commandments coming from old self. That's what that represents, right? Right? All right, let's get this temple man back up. Hold on. Turn it up. Man up. I say turn it up. Get your temple man up. Let's go to Psalms 105. Shout out Elijah. Psalms 105. Psalms 105, verse 35 to 44. They devoured every green thing in the land. They consumed the produce of the soil. He struck down every firstborn in the land, the first fruit of their vigor. He led Israel out with silver and gold. None among their tribes faltered. Egypt rejoiced when they left, for dread of Israel had fallen upon them. He spread a cloud for cover and fire to light up the night. They asked him, and he brought them quail, and he satisfied them with food from heaven. He opened a rock, right, so that water gushed forth and flowed as a stream in the parched land. Mindful of his sacred promise to his servant Abraham, he led his people out in gladness, his chosen ones with joyous song. He gave them the lands of nations. They inherited the wealth of people, that they might keep his laws and observe his teachings. See? So verse 36, right? They struck down. He struck down every firstborn in Egypt, right? But he led Israel out with silver and gold. What's silver and gold? Knowledge and wisdom, right? Right? He spread a cloud for a cover, and a cover, right? A cover, kafaroth. And the Yahweh thou kafaroth, the cover, the turban, right? Right? Yahweh's the covering in the Holy of Holies, right? A fire to light up the night, right? Right? Because Yahweh looks over your land. When you make it through the degrees, he's over your land, your mind. So he's a light. Yahweh's a light. See, we are looking for the future. Everybody looking for something far away to come. Yahweh's already within you, right? If you seek him and you get your knowledge up, your knowledge gain, get your internal attributes, your first fruits, be that first fruit, be that Levitical priest, man, temple, man, Nami. We're growing wastelands with lava, water, typhoon, lightning, ray, chest opening, nuclear meltdown, molecular missiles. Temple love. Deuteronomy 8, verse 3. Deuteronomy 8, verse 3 for my history. Deuteronomy 8, verse 3. I ain't gonna steer you wrong. I'm gonna steer you strong. He subjected you to the hardship of hunger, and then gave you manna to eat, which neither you nor your fathers had never ever known, in order to teach you that man does not live on bread alone, but that man may live on everything that Yahweh decrees. So you see, it's not about the bread. See, that you eat is internalized in that bread, right? Because Yahweh, you live on the word of Yahweh, the manna, the crushed rock, the throw of water, waters that come out the rock. Let's get a tip of man down real quick. Right? Hold on. All right. So let's get that scripture up again. Deuteronomy 8, verse 3. Hold on. Deuteronomy 8, verse 3. Verse 3. He humbled you and allowed you to be hungry and fed you with manna, which you did not know, neither did your fathers know, that he might teach you that man does not live by bread alone, but man only lives by every word that proceeds out of Yahweh's mouth. See that? See that? And your fellas, where that jewelry at? Who? There it is. Genesis 26. Genesis 26, verse 4. I'm about to get you some more. Genesis 26, verse 4. I will multiply your offspring as the stars in the sky, and will give these lands to your offspring, and your offspring with all the nations of the earth be blessed. See? Last scripture, Proverbs 3, verse 5 to 12. It's going to bring it all around. Proverbs 3, verse 5 to 12. Get whatever you seek, partner. You seek Yahweh, you get his knowledge. You get him, right? Seeking, you shall find me. You seeking money, material gain, have your own church, or be something, be this, that. You're going to get that too. But you're going to be an Egyptian. You're going to get smoted, blotted out, right? Proverbs 3, verse 5 to 12. Trust in Yahweh with all your heart, and don't lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. Don't be wise in your own eyes. Fear Yahweh and depart from evil. It will be health to your body and nourishment to your bones. Honor Yahweh with your substance, with the first fruits of all your increase. So your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats will overflow with new wine. The blessings of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They ain't talking about no actual barn with cows. Buffoon is talking about blessings, the land, your mind, the long life, right? Eternity, resurrection. Temple man agrees, Mashal, for your protection. Verse 11, my son, don't despise Yahweh's discipline. Neither be weary of his reproof, which is in the Torah, right? For whom Yahweh love, he reproves. He tests you like fine, like diamonds, like fine gold. He smokes you, don't he? That's love, right? Even as a father reproves his son in whom he delights, right? Right? That's the only way Yahweh deals with you. If he ain't dealing with you, you just lost, empty inside, right? What your first fruits? What you putting forth, right? Are you sitting up flagging videos, pushing masonry, slandering? Or where's your fruits, right? I just gave you a whole vat, boy. Nah. So there you have it. You have the fruits internalizing, right? The grains, the unleavened bread, right? Right? Into the womb, the sanctuary, right? Only VIP, Mashal, Yeshua, 3rd degree, get in there, right? Right? To inherit the promise is already here. I'm there, right? Right? Well, Dad like to say shalom, shout out to our nights, right? They're trying to get us up out of here. And for that, them people, the agents, y'all doing a terrible job. I'm lighting up the waves through Yahweh. Right? Be on the lookout for some more while you're watching. Maybe you might catch something. Temple man, Namex. Right? With that, I'm out. Trey Tail. Trey Tail. That's me. Leviathan unleashed. Somebody call the police. What? Because I'm a spiritually murdered these beats. From a sanctuary. Black.